UVCE Chronicles, sing it loud. Echoes of our past we're proud. From the heart of Bangalore to the world we soar.
Hello to all our viewers and listeners. Welcome to another exciting episode of UVC Chronicles. My name is Varsha Rao and I'm from 6th semester AIML and I'm joined by multiple guests today and rather hosts at this point who will be introducing themselves shortly. So this is a special episode because it's the final episode, the 16th episode of season 6 and drum roll. Editors, please insert a drum roll here. This is the editor's take. So I think we can begin by basically introducing ourselves. So I think we can start with Sohan's introduction. So for the previous editor's take, Sohan wasn't here with us. So Sohan, would you like to go first?
My name is Sohan Ayappa from 6th semester EC, and I have been the host for this season. And I hosted about 3 episodes from Jayashree Ralhan, Sridhar NC, and Katie English.
Aiden, would you like to go next?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. This is Adrian. I am a electronics and communication engineering graduate from the 2023 batch. Slightly an old timer with Chronicles. Joined it as soon as it began. And now glad to contribute coordinating the episodes. So yeah, we plenty of interesting stories down the line which we'll cover. I'm also involved with the UVC Graduates Association, as you can see. I'm an executive committee member there and also, uh, help out with Marvel on campus. So looking forward to a wonderful episode.
Aditya, would you like to go next?
Hi everybody, I'm Aditya Patavadaram from 6th Sem Electronics and Communication. This is my third editor's take, and I've been with UVC Chronicles since season 4, with My Goda being my first episode. This season, I've co-hosted one episode with Ashray, with Rama Murli, and hosted one more episode with Uma Reddy ma'am.
Ashray, would you like to go next?
Yeah. So hello everyone, I'm Ashray Sudhakar from 6th Sem EC, same class as Sohan and Aditya. And this is my second season, which I'm part of. And this season I've hosted 4 episodes. And out of that one, I had co-hosted with Aditya. So my guests this season were Sandhu Sajeevan, Rama Murli sir, KB Raja sir, and Sanjay Swami sir.
Kesha, would you like to go next?
Yeah, sure. So, hi guys, I'm Keshav Karthik. I'm from 7th Sem Information Science and Engineering. I've been involved with UVC Chronicles since the season 4. What turned out to be an editor's cohort, and we slowly graduated, or maybe we slowly came into the UVC Chronicles stream. So, me, Varsha, Aditya, and Abhinandan, we had a great time transitioning from the editor's cohort to the UVC Chronicles team. It has been 3 seasons since then, and it has been a great journey. Even this season, I had a privilege of hosting 3 impeccable guests featuring Shatavatani Ganesh, Shekhar Sarukar, and Surya Prakash Konanuru. It was a wonderful season, I would say, and looking forward for a good time now.
Okay, so quickly introducing myself. I've already introduced myself previously, but I'll also talk about some interesting things. This is again my third editor's take, along with Aditya and Keshava. I think this is the second editor's take for Ashray and the sixth editor's take for Adrian, and first for Sohan. This was supposed to be second for Sohan, but for some reason he couldn't join us last time. Also, fun fact, this is the second editor's take that is being recorded online. Previously, it's always been recorded offline. And talking about the last season, season 6, all of the episodes were surprisingly online. One of them was supposed to be offline, but it ended up becoming an online episode. I think Sohan should be able to tell us more about it. Sohan?
I have no, I have no clue of what you're talking about.
Like, are you serious, or do you need us to remind you which episode it was?
Oh, yeah. So sorry, I zoned out a bit. But yes, it was my episode with Shashidhar MC. It was supposed to be offline. We had gone all the way to his factory slash office in Kenya, second state from college, and I was all. It was my first recording, so I was like very overexcited for it, and I dressed up in all formals and whatnot. But turns out we went there, and Shashidhar sir completely forgot that there was a podcast recording that we came there just to visit his factory. We did end up visiting it, and it was a nice experience, but the recording did not happen, and it ended up online. And unfortunately, even that Shashidhar sir had forgotten, and fortunately, he was free at that time, so we somehow got it done quickly. So yeah.
Talking about last minute recordings, I think Ashray should be able to tell us more about two of his episodes that he recorded that were given to him last minute, and I think he did a pretty good job. So I think one of the episodes that he got was from me because I got sick, and right before the recording of the episode, I just called him up and asked him if he'd be able to do the recording, and he said yes. So apart from me, I think even Adrian has had asked him to do an episode. So Ashray, can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, sure. So I wasn't I mean, I have been part of the previous season, but then this last minute call was something which was very new. Usually we get the notice that you're recording at least uh, a day or two prior, that you are recording prepared with the set of questions. But then this season, unexpectedly, I got two all of a sudden episodes to record. Uh, it was fun. I mean, it turned out to be well. The first one, Sandhu Sajeevan's episode, editing was kind of tough because I had to re-record my part. I was not very satisfied with how my recording came up. So other than that, the second episode, which Varsha was supposed to take, which I took later, it went pretty well. So in just two last minute recordings, I became pretty much accustomed to it, I feel. So it was nice. It was nice of an experience, last minute calls. So yeah, that's cool.
That's interesting. So I think it's notable to mention that one of our alumni, Shatabdani Ganesh sir, he won a Padma Bhushan this year, and Keshava got a chance to interview him for one of his episodes. And I think Keshava, you should share your experience of recording with him.
Yeah, sure. So one fine day, me and Adrian, we are just catching up with some random things, and we go after saying this, saying we should interview Shatabdani Ganesh someday. He has been a very good scholar, and not many people know that he's from UVCE. So we just strike up this chat on one day, and Adrian says, "No, we should reach out to him. I'll find out a way to reach out to him." So reaches out to him, and successfully we find out a date so that we could interview him. The interview process goes very smooth. I mean, he ranges from a variety of capacities that he has. In the middle, I knew that he was a very seasoned polyglot. I just randomly questioned his language skills, and he easily flexes his skills by switching from Sanskrit to Tamil to Pali and whatnot. I mean, that was such an honor to interview him, and seeing him receive Padma Bhushana award was a real honor for me. Yeah.
That's wonderful. So I think there is a mystery in Chronicles history, this season, the past season as well. around Keshava and the people he interviews. So, I mean, this season, the one of the examples was uh, Shatavdani Ganesar, and I think from the past season, Keshava should be able to tell more about this. So,
Yeah,
Keshava.
yeah. So, I mean, this has been a mystery for me as well. This is no planned thing or something. So, apparently, we found out a pattern in the guests that I interview. The first that I interviewed was Gopinath Meksham, then followed by Dipesh Shah, then also now Shatavdhani Ganesh. We've observed this amazing pattern so that, I mean, I don't know how that happens. Some question or something, or maybe that is just a mere coincidence, triggers them and they make wonders. I mean, it changes the due course of their life. If I can remember from Gopinath Meksham's episode, I was just going through his LinkedIn and I just asked a question regarding you have been in Intel Corporation for such a long time. Have you not thought about switching into any other company? He says no in a very nonchalant way. But later on, after 3 months, I do find out that he has switched to Qualcomm in a very senior, very respectable role. I mean, that is such a nice thing. Also, the second person, Dipesh Shah, same question, same thing. He was in Samsung R&D Institute for a very long time. I asked the same question to him. He also answers in the same nonchalant manner. But Tentadan, after 1 month, is director Havels India. Okay, those are two stories from the last season. This season, Chatavdhani Ganesh was a very decorated scholar, but I don't know. All of a sudden, it was on my birthday, to be very honest, and it was my pleasure to know that he was conferred the Padma Bhushan Award. So, this one coincidence sticks around in the podcast that I host. Maybe that's a good thing. I guess so.
So all the alumni who are reaching out to us, you know who to ask for if you want your life changed. Always mention that you want Keshava to interview you.
I'm ready.
We'll also have to see how this mystery would be continuing for the next season as well. So let's see. Let's hope for the best. I
Think
Yes.
think
it's a
one
coincidence, like I think it's not a coincidence that if after Keshav asked the question, they start thinking, why not change the company?
He shows them a different horizon, you know. He makes them think.
I think even all of us one day want to be interviewed by Keshava.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think there were two episodes that were co-hosted this season. One was Ramamurli GK Sirs, that was co-hosted by Ashray and Aditya. The other one was Kumar Naik Sirs, that was hosted by Adrian and me. So Adrian, do you remember how fun the episode was, and what are some memorable things that happened during the episode recording?
Yeah, so for our audience who may not be familiar with Kumar Nayak sir and his work, he's actually a current sitting member of parliament from the Rajya Sabha from Raichur. And like, I mean, I've seen the announcement in the newspapers. I knew he was a UVC and quite a senior IAS officer. So we thought of reaching out to him. We never expected any response whatsoever. I remember just somehow getting his WhatsApp number, pinging him, and saying, "Sir, we're from UVCE Chronicles." He seemed zoned us. Then I was like, "Okay, what the hell? I'll just give him a call." So I just gave the sitting MP a call, and sure enough, just half an hour later, there's a ring back on my phone, and it's Kumar Nayak. And at that point, I was at I think a pub or something because there was an office party. So I freak out. I step aside. I say, Adrian, fantastic initiative. This is really nice. But right now I'm in Raichur. So we'll definitely record this episode a little later, but I'll ensure to follow. And sure enough, 2, 3 weeks down the line, we are actually interviewing him. But I think the most interesting part about his interview was not his interview itself, but it was what happened after. I remember, I think I had a meeting with the Graduates Association about the hostel and its issues. And immediately I get back to back calls and messages from Kumar Naik sir. And I was like, okay, what's going on? Why is the MP calling me? And turns out, guess what? He was so disturbed by the fact that he didn't mention a few of his teachers in the recording. He was like, "Oh man, in retrospect, I thought about it, and I should have mentioned these five teachers who I'm really indebted to, but and it's really been bothering me." And he's requesting, he's like, can you and Varsha please do a recording with me once again? I'm like, wow. I mean, if it was anyone else, you'd probably just brush it aside and say, okay, maybe you forgot something during an episode. But it just showed how much he loved and respected his teachers. So sure enough, we scheduled a re-recording per se. And he actually, like a proper film set, he maintained continuity. He wore the same shirt he wore for the recording. The fool I wore a totally different shirt. So if you actually go and rewind that episode and see, you will see that in the middle of the episode, suddenly I changed shirts and I again changed shirt once again. So that is not to be mistaken. I'm a very fast dress changer, very quick costume change. While he was telling something, I just changed costume and came. Okay, that's not a glitch in the episode. So you must appreciate my skills. But yes, definitely an episode to remember.
Sure, Adrian, will keep that a secret of how your shirt color suddenly changed in between an episode. So talking about the co-hosted episode, it was Ramamurli GK sir's episode, co-hosted by Adrian and Ashray, who happened to be, as Ashray said, in
Adrian and
the
Ashray.
same class.
Wow.
So
Aditya
how
and
was the
Ashray.
experience?
You realize you said Adrian and Ashray, right?
Oh, shoot, Aditya and Ashray, my bad.
Blooper reel.
Yeah. So how was the experience, Ashray and Aditya?
Okay, I'll start. So it was a very fun experience. I think it's the first time I have co-hosted on UVC Chronicles, and I still remember the time when Ashray ran from Marvel shouting my name, saying "Get ready tonight recording." I was the only thing, and I had no clue. He said, "Adrian called Airbus's boy. Just go get some questions ready." And then I had to call Adrian and be like, "Please give me some context as to what is going on." So that was a very fun moment, I guess. And talking about Rahamurli sir, it was a wonderful episode. We learned about his entire career journey from ISRO to when he was in ISRO, he was one of the project managers for Mission Mangal, our Mars orbiter mission, as well as his career shift to Airbus, where he was in the UK. And I think the highlight I would like to mention in that episode is when he explained the concept of modulation as to why will you walk a far distance when you can catch a bus, and that basic definition using real life examples of modulation in communication system, I think will stay with me for life. Actually, I'd like to add on.
Yeah, you covered almost everything of it, but then yeah, it was my first time hosting, I mean co-hosting a episode as well. And as Aditya told, when we came to know it was Rama Murli sir, and when we did a background research, like who is he, where has he worked on, we were like very excited. And why? Okay, so it was not planned to be a co-hosted episode, but then one common interest which me and Aditya share is aviation and aerospace related stuff. So when it was a question like who was supposed to take, then we were like, why either you or me? Why can't we both take? So that's the main reason why that episode was a co-hosted episode. And I must agree that both of us did enjoy that episode a lot. A glimpse which Aditya already mentioned, that is how Rama sir uh, just in short explained the concept of modulation, which was like simple but very powerful, I must say. So not just that, but then his experiences at ISRO, at Airbus, and the changes that take place, and why did he shift from ISRO to Airbus. Like a lot of things, there was a lot of learnings which I personally, it was a wonderful episode, is what I would
I
like to say.
think they were, if I'm not wrong, that is one of the episodes that had a sustained relation with the guest. I think your relation with Ram Murali, it didn't stop there. I don't, Rama, it didn't stop there, but it actually continued. So can you
Yeah.
explain?
So just after that episode, oh, fun fact, like we had a meet, that me and Rama Murli sir had a meet just before this episode recording as well. So yeah, so just after that episode recording long back, that is during his podcast interview, his relation, especially with Marvel, continued and got started and then continued, because I also hold the position of aviation coordinator there at Marvel. So I had recently designed a syllabus for aviation. So I had gotten, so after that, I scheduled another meet with him, asked his opinion about the syllabus. And after that, he is currently guiding a couple of students, a team of students who are participating in ISRO competitions, uh, and a CANSAT team. So yeah, it did deepen the relation.
Interesting thing about that episode was even I was there in that GMIT. I was the one who was recording the episode on my OBS. I did not speak a single word, but I was just there. I don't remember why these two asked me to record the episode and why they couldn't do it themselves. But I was there and it was fun listening to the conversation. So I think one of the other interesting episodes was of KB Raja sir's episode, because he has taught, I think, most of us here. He taught me during my first semester, and I think that episode was done by Ashray. So how was that episode, Ashray? How was the experience of interacting with a teacher off campus?
Yes. So soon after KBR sir retired, so I was like very adamant on having his podcast in UVC Chronicles YouTube channel. So I personally wanted to be the person to host that particular episode. So as Varsha already mentioned, he's taught most of us. He's taught Varsha principles of electronics in our first year. He's taught me, Aditya, Sohan, digital signal processing, and I'm sure he might have taught Adrian as well long back. So he is a wonderful teacher, and the way he taught me digital signal processing, which is not a very easy subject, but then he made it really really nice. And he taught me just for one sem, but then when he retired, I personally felt bad that, oh, that our juniors won't get to experience a teacher like him. That UVC, especially in electronics department, where there are less faculty, a faculty as good as him, when he retired, it felt, I personally felt really bad, even though he just taught me one semester. So that is the background why I took up KBR sir's episode. And during his episode also, it was really nice. I learned a lot of things. Like the one main thing which I learned, which was different from other episodes which I've hosted this season, was UVC long back. Like he was the, if I'm not wrong, the most senior most alumni I've interviewed in this season. No, I won't consider the previous season. And getting a glimpse of UVC back then was very interesting to know. And yeah, it was overall a very good uh, episode, I must say. And there is this, I don't know, connection which I felt as a teacher with him. So that is more important, is how I feel.
I think that's where all of us can relate. He's taught us really well. At least for one semester, he was there for me. And I think you had him for multiple semesters. So I think the bond would really be something that you'll miss now. So I think we've had two female guests this entire season. One was Uma Reddy, the other was Jayashree Ralan. And Sohan interviewed Jayashree Ralan ma'am. So Sohan, would you like to share your experience?
Yeah, so that was JC Airlines. My first episode was a sort of weird thing because technically speaking, Prashida's recording was supposed to have been the first recording in JC Airlines was supposed to be the second. But because of him not being able to do the recording in Kenya, it was postponed later and JC Airlines ma'am was my first Chronicles recording. And her interview was kind of a little bit since it was my first recording, I was kind of a bit scared, me being some of the introverted type, it's not very easy for me to talk to people that I don't really know at that point. But eventually, in due course, while listening to her, it made me like really respect her a lot because she was telling that when she joined UVCE, she was one among four women in the entire college. And I think she told that three of them were in electrical and no, no. Okay, I don't remember the count, but yeah, she was one among four women at that time in the college, and she basically just told that how her friends and everyone was so supportive of her, and kind of made me a bit envious because we don't have that sort of open supportive culture across multiple branches in UVC anymore. We are mostly all isolated in our country, except in say clubs or other organizations like IEEE or Marvel. Um, so that was one thing that I learned from her, and her career itself as a whole and her journey is like really remarkable. I think at one point she basically told that uh, she her entire day, like that one day she landed on a flight. I don't know if it was India or Singapore. She landed on a flight. Half an hour later, she was in the interview. Um, and considering I think it was Bangalore. I think considering that Bangalore airport is basically not in Bangalore, it's a pretty remarkable thing to do. And she cleared the interview, and I think she has basically co-founded her company that she's working in right now with her husband, which is really really nice. So yeah, I think her experiences in UC at that time and the challenges that she faced was is pretty inspiring to all of us, irrespective of whether you're a man or a woman.
That seems really inspiring. And yeah, so I think uh, Keshava interviewed two more people, Shekhar Sarukai sir and Surya Prakash Kondanuru sir. So would you like to go ahead, Keshava, and share your experience interviewing these two people?
So the season 6 started with the episode of Surya Prakash Konanuru. So the first thing first, he started himself by saying he's not just an engineer, he's an engineer, entrepreneur, and an enabler. So he told he looks himself in that manner. That was one key thing that I remember from that episode. And also, one memory that I could cherish was back then I had this mindset of making the um, podcast very entertaining and very engaging for the end viewers or end listeners to watch for. So I made a short glimpse of the small moments that ran through the course of episode, made it into a short 1 minute thing at the start as an intro, ran through the episode with fixed captions. So maybe that thing was a highlight in that particular episode. And also Kononuru being a village in my uh, native district, that struck me a thought so that we could literally relate upon a single fact, and it went on in a very easy manner. Also, one thing that I can recall now is actually he was the founder of a company called Funtoot, and Surprising enough, I was the end user for FunToot in my school days. So that one founder to end user relation was impeccable. That you don't generally see a end user interviewing a founder accidentally knowing it in the middle of the interview. You never know it. So that
Keshava,
was
you manifested it, man. Oh my God. You really have some kind of magical power. Okay,
yeah.
crazy.
So he goes by saying that also I was very intrigued with this one thing of him. He told he has two habits, I mean two good habits that he wants to pursue. One is running and other one is photography, and he told both can't go in a single fashion. One needs to stop, one needs to run. So that was one fun thing in that episode.
And
Then
by the way, that the way we got in touch with Suri was actually during the 5K run. Now it's coming full circle.
yeah, yeah. Interesting enough. So, moving to Shekhar Sarukai. Shekhar Sarukai has had a very coveted, I mean, what do we say, a qualification list. He had been to numerous big named universities in the US. He had co-founded, uh, what do you say, a subsidiary of McAfee Software, and he had a very good name in the US. So interviewing him was a bit scary at first, because interviewing such a great person takes a bit of courage, to be honest. So he went on in a very easy manner all through the course of the interview. One important, I mean, one remarkable fact that I could share about him was he told he's a bench tapper. For at first I couldn't get the gist of what he was saying. Then he told, as an engineer, I resonate to sounds that different benches or different surfaces make, and those kind of feed me new thoughts. Those things were really interesting of um, what he told during the interview, and had a lot of fun. Yes. So, and one more thing, he accidentally flaunts his upbringing by saying we were around 25 children in the IISc campus, and four of us visited UVC. So we were casually traveling together each day. So these are a few things that I can recall from these interviews, and yeah, it was an amazing thing.
So I think we've added another instance to the Keshava mystery now in the Chronicles history. So I think it's the right time to ask this question to Adrian. So 6 seasons so far. How does it feel to have been a part of all these 6 seasons and see transition from an audio podcast to a video podcast, now even available on YouTube? You've seen the birth of VFX course. So how has it been in the past 6 seasons working with different teams?
When you put it that way, it sounds like I'm a dinosaur, and I've seen everything evolve as the Earth first started with the Big Bang until now. But yeah, I mean, it's looking at Chronicles now. I'm so proud of at least what all the students have come together to make. I mean, I think the entire Chronicles initiative started on just a whim, saying, wouldn't it be nice to actually document alumni stories? It just started like that during COVID time, and now it is evolved into a full-fledged, um, you know, audio video podcast, streaming on multiple channels with a full-fledged team who's also parallelly running a VFX course. So yeah, it's seen its fair share of evolution, and I feel all our viewers, whenever they look at our episodes, or if you're maybe one of our earlier listeners, if you were listening to one of our audio episodes, you'll always see that every single host or editor has added a very unique and signature touch to each and every single episode. pick any two episode of Chronicles and it will always be entirely different, be it in terms of the style in which it was edited, or the kind of tools that were used, or the maybe specific parts in an episode that were highlighted. Each and every single host has their unique signature, and you can see that follow through in all of the episodes that they've hosted, and is so distinct from each other, right? And as we speak, I don't know if we realize this. This is the 96th or 97th episode. We are very, very close to the 100th, right? And this is all just in a span of uh, roughly 6 years now, 5 to 6 years. 2020 during COVID was when Chronicles started. 6 years. The team here has been here since almost season 4. I think we've had previous teams, 2 or 3 other student teams as well. But what I'd like to say is to all our viewers, if you are seeing an episode, there's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that have actually gone behind each of them, right? All these students you see here who have joined not only host the episodes, they record the episodes, they edit it, they create the thumbnail, they upload it, they handle the entire journey end to end, right? And that takes a lot of commitment. And for that, I'm extremely thankful, not only to everyone here, but also all the people who have helped with Chronicles over time, right? So it's definitely a proud moment for all of us who've contributed to Chronicles, and I hope this is just one milestone in many more to come.
Also talking about what happens in the backend. So when Adrian said that he's somebody who manages and coordinates all of the episodes, so how basically an episode gets recorded is one day at around 7 p.m., 8 p.m. All of us, I think it's similar for all of us. We'd get a call from Adrian. You pick the call, and Adrian goes, "Are you free right now?" And if you're free for 5 minutes, he just mentions this guest, this date. Probably during this time, I'll send you their LinkedIn profile. Check them out, make the questions. If you need my help for making the questions, feel free to ask. And then you have to mentally prepare. Okay, within the next 1 week or 2, 3 days, whatever timeline, I have to record this episode. So uh, Adrian does the real difficult job of finding the guests and asking them the right time and day that they'll be free on to record the episode. So, I mean, we are trying to do that, but we are currently failing miserably, unfortunately. So, yeah, kudos to Adrian for having done that job for the past 6 seasons. So Okay, so if the editor of this episode could add in a few clapping emojis, that'd be great. So I think,
But one thing, Varsha, especially for you, I add a little masala and I tell you. Because among all the like you call Keshav and you tell, so there's a recording in 1 hour, he'll be like, yeah, yeah, cool. I'll be ready. That's how he react. But it's nice to see you freak out. You in always freak out. You're like, Kumar Nayak, oh my god, I can't do it. No way. And then I like to pull your leg a little further. I love, at least over season 4 to season 6, I love pushing you beyond your comfort zone. It's the most fun thing I have ever done. But and having said that, it's very nice to see how much you've evolved over from season 4 to 6, from being this shy, timid person who said, I can't even face the camera, how would I even do this, to now moderating this entire Chronicles episode, which again I did. I pushed you out of your comfort zone once again. It's been rewarding to see you actually, like, anything you do, anything you've taken up, whenever you stepped out of your comfort zone, you always done well. Okay, so pat your back for that. But yes, that is one difference between which I do for all of them versus you.
okay, that's I think news for me. I think that's
And
first
I
for every.
ensure to make the guest seem very scary for you. It'll be like, this guy, oh my God, you're gonna, and then you freak out. It's very nice to see.
Okay, that's definitely shocking. Now I know how scared I should be every time you call. But what goes behind the scenes is this: every time that I'm recording an episode, there's either a script that I put it on my screen and split the screen or done something, or it's either written on paper. So none of it is coming through my mind on the spot. I think it'll take time uh, to get there. But yeah, nonetheless, there's a first time for everything. So today is the first time moderating this editor's take. So I think we'll see only at the end how well this would have turned out. One of the other female guests for the show was Uma Reddy ma'am, and Aditya got a chance to interview her. She's currently the president of FKCCI. So Aditya, would you like to share your experience interviewing Uma Reddy ma'am?
Yes. Umar Reddy ma'am was a very fantastic episode, and learning from her experiences was truly just amazing. And I remember how Adrian contacted ma'am. This was, I think, a month or two before the actual recording happened, and ma'am was very specific, saying that I will not be saying that I am the president of the FKCCI. I'm still the VP, and we will record it once I become the president of the FKCCI. Which, by the way, she's the first woman president of the FKCCI, and she's very, very humble about the position. And I remember her mentioning it in the episode that she's extremely grateful to share a position that was once held by Sir M. Visvesvaraya. And then this Chronicles was the first interview she gave as president of the FKCCI, and we're very happy about that. And during the episode, she mentions how she's been running her company for the last 40 plus years. She started it in 1987, if I'm not wrong. And then she's been consistently running it. She's got some amazing partners that she runs the company with, and her customers range all the way from government to private MNCs that she caters to. And there was this one instance in the episode where she mentions that she did not go to the medical test of a company that she had applied to just so that she can start her own company. And as I said in the episode, and I will say it now, the rest was history after she said no to that medical test. So there was a very wonderful episode.
Yeah, and adding on to Aditya, she's also now a member of the board of governors of UVC. So she is a representative from a reputed, or an industry representative on the uh, board of governors of UVC, in addition to two other alumni, Narendra Kumar sir and Madhav sir, who are actual alumni representatives. She's a representative of the industry who also happens to be an alumnus, and it's, I think, a very proud feeling for all of us.
So some really interesting, inspiring moments there. I think one thing that I've noticed so far is the previous season had a lot of entrepreneurs, and that is extremely amazing. So the last season has been really, really special in different ways. I think one of them was how we had a lot of entrepreneurs, how all of the episodes were recorded online, and how a lot of last moment recordings happened, and few were cancelled last moment, few were postponed, unfortunately, and how few were turned from offline to online suddenly. So it's been a really special journey, I think. So I think the editor's take this time is also uh, has to be made special. Basically, last time the thumbnail for the editor's take was inspired from the Modern Family thumbnail, and we had our college dogs, Adrian's dog, a random parrot, along with us in the thumbnail. Let's see how this time's thumbnail would be. I hope it's going to be special as well. We'll have to come up with some really interesting and quirky ideas this time as well. So I think I hope viewers and listeners watching and listening to this episode have enjoyed listening to what happens in the back end of all the episodes, and how many efforts each of us puts in making each of the episodes. There's a lot of things that happens. I've basically fought with a bunch of people here as well about these episodes. For some reason, my laptop has stopped supporting DaVinci, so editing has been a little bit painful. So I've been asking a few people here to help me out with it. I don't know when that would happen, But let's hope at least for the next season I get to edit my episodes on my laptop. But having said that, I would request the others here as well to use this opportunity to share some anecdotes, some funny memories that we might have missed out so far. Okay, I can see everyone muted. I think that's an indication that we've run out of stuff to talk.
So I think every single episode is unique. I think this season we also maybe from a back end perspective, if we look at it, I think this season we had the maximum number of guest rejections also. I think there were a lot of episodes that was slated to happen, got pushed one way or the other. I think, and unfortunately, most of the time Aditya was the victim to that. So number of his guests actually cancelled last minute, and therefore I think the reduced number of episodes this season. But yes, we'll still continue to push through, and definitely we're also now trying to challenge ourselves and try and find newer stories, right? A lot of alumni, um, they usually so UVCNs are do really great work, but they do it undercover, unfortunately, or at least we are not aware of it. So if you look at most of the batches, if and pick any Sampada you want, look at their reunion and just open these wonderful people and their profiles. You would realize you have people ranging from a nuclear scientist to the advisor to the government of India to maybe the head of KPTCL to maybe the chairman and managing director of a reputed international firm, and all of that all within one class, right? um, and most of the time we are blind to a lot of people who have lived these extraordinary lives because we don't know them, unfortunately, right? So definite and humble request to all of our viewers also is to help us expand our horizons. So we can only see a limited distance, we only know a limited number of people, but I'm pretty sure all of our viewers know much more. They know people in their class who've gone on to do amazing things, and if you definitely feel that there is someone whose story is definitely worth mentioning, please feel free to reach out to us. Um, and we'd be more than happy to feature them on the show. In fact, most of the episodes that we've had so far, at least in the recent past, have all been nominations from existing guests. They thought long and hard, and they've identified a few folks within their class who have actually gone on to do some amazing things, and they've recommended that we interview them. And therefore, we're able to bring you this diverse set of guests, right? So yeah, uh, how would guests reach out to us? You can reach out to us on our email, which editor, please drop emails here. Um, or yeah, if you know any of us on campus, feel free to reach out or contact Graduates Association. I'm pretty sure most of you know Satish. He's the guy who usually all of you are in touch with. You can also reach out to him and nominate guests, and we're more than happy to accept nominations from people who watch our episodes.
Yep. So I think that's the end of the episode. So, as I said earlier, this is the second time that we are having an online recorded editor's take. That is one way how this editor's take is going to be similar to the previous one. Another way how this episode is going to be similar to the past editor's take is it's also going to be ending with Ashray singing UVCE Chronicles title track. So, editor, don't forget to put it at the end. I'll be forwarding the audio again. So, bye bye to our viewers and listeners. Uh, Keep an eye out for season 7, hopefully, with more guests and more chaos and more fun. Towards end.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. And please, let's not make Ashley wait to sing. Let him sing right now. Just go into end credits directly.
Let's
Yes,
make a remixed version of that, like with full like background music and all.
like Raghu Dikshit re-releasing his music with live versions.
Yeah, yeah. With full auto tune on the voice. Okay, full auto tune should be.
You can
I
start.
think this would be the right time for the zoom
I
in,
think
zoom out.
every editor's take is going to end with this now. It's become like the editor's take anthem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what. But yeah,
Would you like to do a live performance?
I don't think. Okay, UVCE Chronicles. It's embarrassing.